good hello everyone, my name is Nathan ELEMENTofFROST. Welcome back to yet another episode prediction for this week's upcoming episode of Fear the Walking Dead, everybody. That is right, this is Season 1, Episode 2, entitled So Close, Yet So Far. Alright, guys, to get into things, I just want to let you guys know that I did put up an episode review for the pilot of Season 1, Episode 1 of Fear the Walking Dead. I put it back up on Monday, so if you guys want to go check that out, link will be in the description below, along with a few other links that we're about to get into. Alright, so AMC has posted two things so far on their AMC.com and also on their AMC YouTube channel, so I will put links to those as well in the description below. One of them is a promo saying next on episode 102, Fear the Walking Dead, so close yet so far. Basically, it shows a whole bunch of things that are going to happen, and things that we have taken from this compilation of about 30 seconds goes as follows. Okay, so for starters, to start things off, it looks like it's breaking down a lot faster than we've seen in the first episode. I feel like there's going to be a lot more zombies in this upcoming episode. There wasn't too many in the beginning. There wasn't too many in the premiere, and that's understandable. A lot of people thought it was boring. I personally loved the show. It was really great content, and I hope they keep it up. Zombies isn't everything, okay? Walkers are not everything. You don't need walkers every single episode to have an episode of The Walking Dead or Fear the Walking Dead. You don't need to. You know what I mean? This show was supposed to start off not as a post-apocalyptic show with walkers everywhere. You know what I mean? And them slaughtering walkers and stuff like that. It was supposed to start off as a show that eventually lit us in to the apocalypse, basically. And that's exactly what it did. So not too many walkers, not too many zombies, and, just the right amount of humanity, rather. So, anyway, moving on. In this episode, or in this little preview that we've seen, there's lots of things that are going on. In particular, it looks like Travis is basically trying to find his son, his actual son, not his stepson, Nick. Obviously, they already know where he is. He's tripping out. We'll get into that in a little bit. He's trying to find his son, okay? And, like his other family son. I don't really recall his name as of right now, so I do apologize for that. But he is trying to find his real son. He's going through Los Angeles, basically trying to find his son before Los Angeles falls. And to start things off, I'm going to read you guys the synopsis on AMC.com/shows/fear-the-walking-dead. I know that was a long link, but that's the link. The synopsis goes as follows. So close, yet so far. Synopsis is, while Madison struggles to keep Nick from crippling withdrawal, which we'll get into that, Travis ventures out to find his son before the city of Los Angeles falls. Okay, so two things that we get from that. He's going out to find his son. It's a pretty basic idea. We've seen a couple scenes of his son actually like on the bus, trying to get to somewhere, probably trying to go see his dad or something. I'm not too sure where he's actually going, but it looks like there's a lot of shit breaking down. Like, it looks like his bus got stopped because there was scenes and stuff going on outside of the bus, like walkers getting shot up, stuff like that, guy getting shot in the head, everything like that. It seemed to be breaking down a lot quicker, and a lot more people seem to be starting to know about actually what's going on now. Obviously, they don't know an entire apocalypse is coming, but they know there's some sort of a virus out there that are turning people into man-eaters and inhuman objects, in a way, because you get shot in the chest 7 times as a normal human being, you're dead. You nick an artery, you're dead. Your heart, you're dead. Your lungs, you're pretty much dead. Unless you get to a hospital very fast. But you take 7 shots, you're dead. There's no way you're getting up from that. But the only way to kill these things is a shot in the head. So I'm just going to throw that out there. So it seems like it's breaking a lot down, or breaking down a lot faster. But moving on now, Madison's trying to keep Nick from crippling withdrawal. So we see Nick actually, presumably at home or somewhere that they're actually staying. Not sure where it is. It could be home. But he seems to be lying down on the couch, and he seems to be going through a withdrawal. Now, a lot of people at first glance thought this was maybe, Nick got bit or something. He's going through this phase of him dealing with the pain and the suffering from the bite. Obviously, he will die, but no, I don't think it is. A lot of people think it is. A lot of people thought that that's probably what it was, but they also forgot that Nick was some sort of a heroin addict. You know what I'm saying? He was a druggie. So he told him that he was cutting cold turkey. And I mean, it's the starting of a zombie apocalypse. You don't have the best of terms to just go out and get drugs anymore. Also, I mean, he did kill his dealer last episode. So, I mean, there's that, I guess. Spoiler alert, obviously. So I do apologize for that. But if you guys have not watched the pilot, why are you watching my predictions for the next episode? It wouldn't make sense. So you guys must have. If not, definitely go watch before you continue. So anyways, he seems to be going through withdrawal on the couch, and Madison's just like, don't worry, honey, I'm going to get you medicine, stuff like that, trying to keep him positive and everything like that. Those were the most important things that I took kind of from the next on episode 102 type thing they had going. Now, moving on, there's one more that they actually posted on the YouTube channel and on amc.com/fearthewalkingdead. It's actually a sneak peek, so uncut, completely just cut straight from the show, basically, like not cut up into like some sort of a promo/montage. It's basically just cut once and thrown straight into a sneak peek. So we're definitely going to see the scene play out in this sequence. So Madison and Tobias. Tobias is the kid that we seen last episode of Fear the Walking Dead, where he actually brought a knife to school. If you guys remember that, he brought a knife to school because he was scared about this disease and stuff breaking down, right? I hope you guys remember who I'm talking about. But anyway, his name is Tobias, alright? So, it seems like they're doing some sort of a fortification job, maybe at the high school, or something like this. Now, it's obviously not confirmed, but it seems to me that's what it kind of seems like. They might be using the high school as sort of like a high ground type thing. And, it's definitely possible. It's a smart idea. It's not like it's not a smart idea, if you know what I'm saying. So, they're going down the hallway. Okay, Tobias and Madison. They actually got food. Okay, they got tons of cans. They got boxes and stuff like this on a cart of some sort. And it seems to me like they just got food maybe from the cafeteria or obviously from somewhere in the school. They got food, and they probably wanted to bring it back to the location that their family or their big group are kind of staying at. They're holding out there at the high school. Or, they're just trying to bring food to maybe sick patients. Maybe they're using the school gymnasium. Wow, I cannot talk right now. Maybe they're using the gym as like a medical bay or, something like that. Now, obviously, that's, again, not confirmed or anything. This is just speculation at this point. But that's what I'm thinking. That seems to be the best case scenario of what they're bringing the food, down the school hallway and stuff like that for. And, they run into a little bit of a problem. Let's just say that. So, if you guys remember, I believe he's the school principal. The colored guy, I believe his name is Artie? Is it Artie? I think it's Artie. I think it might be Artie. Now, that's not confirmed. Again, I'm not too good with the names at this point. We've only had one episode. I've learned all the main ones like Travis, Madison, Alicia, Nick. I still don't know Travis's son, unfortunately, so that kind of sucks. But I will get better with him. Trust me when I say that. Anyways, moving on. They find Artie, which is the school principal, the colored guy that we've seen, or the black guy, just to put it bluntly, that we've seen kind of leaning over the intercom last episode, basically saying that he was checking in on some teachers and seeing how they were doing and stuff like that. So we see him kind of walking away through a hallway door, and he turns left, and there's blood on his back. He seems to be slouching. He seems to be walking very, very slowly. And sort of zombie-like, sort of walker-like, if you will. Which, that's kind of unfortunate. But we can pretty much assume what's going to be happening here. Let's be honest. He's slouching. He's walking very, very slowly. He's stumbling. And there's blood on the back of his white shirt. Alright? And he doesn't seem to be talking. And then when Madison actually calls out his name, she's like already as he walks around the corner, she keeps calling his name. He starts to come stumbling back around the corner. We didn't actually get to see his face. We just seen like his arm and stuff coming back around the corner, and then that's where the sneak peek cut. So, I mean, the way they left it, I guess it could really go either way. We don't know for sure that he's a walker, but we don't know for sure that he's still human. It could go either way. Speculation says that he's probably a walker, unfortunately. Because I was actually starting to like him, honestly. So, anyway, moving on though. Even though I barely even remember his name, that was pretty funny. So yeah, it's speculation says that he's a walker. Obviously, the way they cut the clip, it could go either way, but who really knows? Anyway, other than that, guys, we don't really have too much else to go on right now. I feel like there's going to be a lot more breaking down in this episode. It's going to be probably a lot more fast-paced now that everybody knows the truth and people just don't think that Nick is just straight up going crazy because he's off the drugs, or he's on the drugs, rather. They obviously, when Nick said that he found the girl Gloria at the start of the last episode in the church, chewing on his friends, and everybody in there was dead, and there was a knife sticking out of her and stuff like that, people just thought he was crazy. People just thought he was on like a bad heroin trip. You know what I mean? But ever since the end of last episode, where Madison, Travis, and Nick all seen Cal, I think his name was, right? Cal? Nick's drug dealer. I believe it was like Cal or something. It was something like that, I believe. That's unfortunate. But anyway, I still don't remember names too well. I do apologize. Ever since they seen him get back up from, just them constantly hitting him with a car. Well, for starters, I guess Nick shooting him in the chest, right? Just straight up killing him with the own gun, because he was actually going to get killed, right? Cal, or whatever his name was going to assassinate pretty much Nick. I don't want to really say assassinate, but kill him, take care of the problem, because he found out that his parents and stuff were getting worried, and he didn't want people to find out that he was the drug dealer, because he's doing this all secretly, which I completely understand. You know what I mean? I completely understand why that he wouldn't want to find out, but I think that him killing him was like the wrong move, or him trying to kill him was the wrong move, because he already promised him, I guess, that he didn't actually tell anybody. I think that he's fine. Nick was just scared. I guess that's what you get from a fucking drug dealer. I mean, honestly, what else do you expect? His name was Calvin, by the way. I just looked it up. So, we found that out. So, Calvin is dead. Okay, we all know that. But he kept getting up. First from the gunshot, and then when they first got there, the body was gone. They thought, again, Nick was just on another bad trip. And they started to back up the hill out of the Los Angeles River, and Calvin was behind them, and Nick ran him over, and then Calvin got back up, and then Nick ran him over again, and launched him all the way down into the Los Angeles River, and completely broke pretty much every bone in his body. Like, his arm was broken, it looked like. His skull was like shattered, and his jaw was all fucked up. And he still turned his head to look at them. To be like, I want to eat you. Obviously, they don't fucking talk. But anyway, moving on. That's pretty much it, guys, for this episode prediction video. There's not really much else I can go on. I went through the synopsis. I went through the sneak peek, and I went through the promo for the episode. Nonetheless to say, I'm pretty excited for this week's episode of Fear the Walking Dead. I keep wanting to say The Walking Dead. I'm excited for that too, but that's October 11th, so I gotta learn to deal with that. It's not coming around for a little while. About like 2 months? No, like a month or so. A month and 10 days, I think. Yeah. It's not that far away, guys. It really isn't. The Walking Dead's not that far away. It's about, I'd say, 50 days, maybe. 45, something like that. Anyway, moving on, everybody. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, feel free to hit. Wow, I cannot talk this morning, guys. I do apologize. Feel free to hit the video with a like if you guys did enjoy. Tell me in the comment section below what you guys think is going to happen on this upcoming episode of Fear the Walking Dead, Season 1, Episode 2, entitled So Close, Yet So Far. I apologize for the choppy commentary, but it's early morning. I had to get this up. And I don't know. For some reason, I'm talking like a bit of a dumbass this morning. So anyway, let's have a discussion in the comments. Let's see what you guys think is going to happen. I think it's going to be a lot more fast-paced and very, very exciting. Let me know if you guys agree. Also, let me know if you guys liked the last episode of Fear the Walking Dead, even though it was a little slow. Let me know if you guys liked it, because I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I hope to see more of it in that manner, basically. So I will talk to you guys on the next video, and subscribe if you haven't already. Tune in Monday for my episode review of Episode 2 of Fear the Walking Dead, So Close Yet So Far. Yeah, tune in Monday if that's all you guys watch from me. Episode reviews and predictions. If you guys watch other things from me, tune in tomorrow to see my Zer video for Destiny. And that's pretty much it for now. I'll see you guys then. Bye.